What's up everyone, SuperaTom here, and as you've read from the title of the video, I'm sure you've guessed it, today I'll be sharing with you what I think is going to be the 2 traps that you will want to be aware of in patch 1.4, especially for the free-to-play players. And apparently both of which today has to do with the banners themselves, because well, that's the only place that's required you money investment up until now. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. First is Venti himself. Oops, wrong picture, sorry my boy. Well, even though I wouldn't want to call this a trap because Venti has always been a good investment for most players, but there are a few things that you may not be aware of at this point in time which can hinder your decision making process of whether it is best to get him if you're those players who have to think hard every time you're pulling for a character. So, going through the comments of some of my past videos, I can see that many of you wanted Venti just so that you can easier clear the Spiral Abyss with his super OP burst. We all know, right? Since that's what he's known for, other than being the most chilled icon in Teyvat. But there's actually one big drawback of his ult, which makes him a bit less more useful than other support the later we get into the game. And that is his burst can only suck in small enemies like, slimes and other small monster, but not those giant beasts that can potentially 1 or 2 shot you.
Time for takeoff. Time for takeoff.
Yeah, let's stop teasing Venti here, but you get the idea. So for this reason, that's why he became a bit less useful for many players later in the game. So here's going to be my question for you, for those who's considering Venti just for the Abyss. Do you actually need Venti? Ask yourself that question because in truth, Venti hasn't come back since the start of the game. Many people have missed out on him, but many are still doing perfectly fine. If you're searching for the Spiral Abyss floor 11 or floor 12, most of the run do not actually have Venti, because the deeper you get into the Abyss, the less he becomes useful due to all of the large mobs that will be available on those floors. However, I now want to pull your attention onto something, and that is Zhongli. Again, going through the Abyss run late game, you will actually start to see a lot of Zhongli in different teams, and that is because of his buff in patch 1.3. He's now become one of the top tier support by getting both shields and pillar when holding down, making it much easier for you to set up your shield. And secondly, when in shield, you now decrease enemies all elemental and physical resistance by 20%. Plus your shield have been buffed significantly since last time with 150% absorption against all elemental and physical damage. So this makes him being able to fit in most of the team composition, as it now helps your team being both tankier and doing more damage at the same time. And that's just some of the buff that he's been getting. I won't go into the details of Zhongli here as that's going to be for a separate video. So from what we're looking here as a support for endgame, I would say Zhongli will be much better compared to Venti. Venti is great early on, but it's harder to fit him into teams later in the game. And also think about it, if Venti is getting a rerun, then Zhongli is 100% for sure will be getting one. And here's just my prediction. I am not confirming anything, and it's that I'd say Zhongli will be coming back pretty soon, because now that he's already getting his buff, many players will want him just as much as they want Venti. And I'm one of those person. I missed out Zhongli last time, and since the demand for Zhongli has started to rise again, MiHoYo would definitely want to meet this demand as soon as possible to make up for the loss of sales they had last time in Zhongli's banner, which is one of the lowest of all banners if I'm not mistaken. So he may be coming back as soon as patch 1.5, and with all that, the new region chasm that has been going on, remember guys, the chasm is likely going to be a deserted area which is most fitted for Geo element, and Zhongli is Geo, so yeah, you get what I mean. With that, my advice is if you're purely going for a good endgame support and you can't afford too many banner characters, then I'd suggest you wait for Zhongli Zhongli. But if you're someone who loves Venti, love his playstyle, then sure, just go with him, no problem. I'm not saying that Venti is bad in any way, I'm just here to give you a different perspective that may be useful to you. Okay, moving on to the second thing I want to talk about, and that's Rosaria. I would 100% advise you to not get her, and here's the reason why. It's because she's been nerfed. She's been officially nerfed. The lifeline of many players depend on her, and now it's popped. Why, MiHoYo? Even though there's been unconfirmed leak, but we've always hoped that there would be a possibility. Anyhow, jokes aside guys, again the question comes, is Rosaria really needed for your team? If you're thinking about pulling her, in my opinion, while she's a cool new character that has some unique ability that can be a decent cryo support for your team with crit rate increase and applying cryo element during her burst. But is she going to be a game changer support? I don't think so. Obviously guys, since she's the only new character that's coming in patch 1.4, she's definitely going to get a lot of hype. But what we're looking here is just the base value side of things. If you're a player that wants to collect every single character in the game, well, that's your choice and that's totally fine. But remember guys, even though she's a rate up 4-star character, there is no guarantee of pulling her, unlike the rate up 5 stars in the banner. So there are chances you won't get her even after 90 pulls. And the calculated probability of this is around 6.75%, which is, you know, not that high in my opinion, and that's one thing to look at. Also, while you're pulling for her, you will have a chance of getting charged. Do you want to get charged on your team? Do you want to lose the guaranteed 5-star pity of your next character pool? Maybe you're someone who's really near a guaranteed pity when Rosaria is out, and you don't want to risk getting charged just for Rosaria, so just keep that in mind. Therefore, my advice for those who have to consider about this is that you can just wait until Rosaria come into the standard banner pools, which I'm sure she will, or at least just wait until near the end of her banner when there's patch 1.5 announcement for us to see what the upcoming characters are going to be. So those are some of the things I want to talk about patch 1.4. Obviously those won't apply to you who are collecting characters anyway. I just wanted to share my perspective on this so that whoever's usually have to consider before pulling can have a better awareness about this. Well guys, I hope you found this helpful. As always, if you stick with me till this part of the video, I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys so much. For those of you who are pulling for Venti tomorrow, I am sending you all my luck because I've already got him, so good luck on getting Venti. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel as I post daily content bringing you the latest guides, news and updates about Genshin Impact with some funny moments as a cherry on top. With that, this is Tom wishing everyone a super day.